Hello guys, how's it going? For today's video, we're going to be going over the news and how my video on the news, or let's just say videos on the news, work. Yeah, I just corrected myself there. Now, how my news videos work on my channel is that I not only go through the recent, but also the news that has happened in past weeks. So that way, basically, what this video is me getting caught up with the news and also having a say of all the news that I have figured out, especially the articles that I have missed out on from weeks ago. And, yeah, and that's how my news videos work. So, here we go. Let's go. News videos, everybody. Yes, it's a news video. Okay, now let's start off the news with a story to tell. Well, it's related to the Oculus, and apparently what happened here is that I got a notification on my Oculus app for Oculus Go, and then I noticed that there's this event called Oculus Connect 5. Oh, what happened there? And then, however, after all the digging up, I ended up running into the official page for this new headset called the Oculus Quest. And it is said to be a wireless all-in-one VR headset that will come bundled with this newly designed Oculus Touch controllers. Okay, so I looked into that official page, so there's no PC or phone required. What on earth does that mean? What's going on? And there is a 2019 release date, and there is a starting price of $399, essentially meaning you can pay $400 or beyond for this headset. Okay, so I ended up doing some delving, and then I found myself into this keynote that was streamed officially by Oculus. So in this Oculus Connect 5 keynote, I ended up finding out that they're essentially proclaiming that it is the Oculus Rift, except it's wireless without even the need of a PC or a phone. So, if that is said to be true, if this is true, what that means is that the Oculus Rift is basically made wireless, and basically anything that you get on the Oculus Rift, you will get on the Oculus Quest, thanks to the specifications. So what that essentially means is it's like the portable version of the Oculus Rift, just like how Oculus Go is like the portable version of the Gear VR, though you don't need a phone. Oculus Quest, on the other hand, is Oculus Rift, except you don't even need a PC. It's just anything that's needed to do what's on the Oculus Rift is already built in onto the Oculus Quest. Now, here's another thing to keep in mind. What about tracking? What about sensors? Well, apparently these sensors are built into the headset and is titled Oculus Insight. Not only that, but they're super advanced, and pretty much they not only allow for, and if that is to be the case here, they allow not only for room scale, but also arena scale, which is rooms bigger. So essentially, bigger environments than what room scale supports. So, okay, so that's like way bigger than room scale. So essentially what that means is that anything you can do with the Oculus Rift, you can essentially do on Oculus Quest. So with that meaning, let's go to the basics. So you just put the headset on, and the sensors are already built into the VR headset, and pretty much they're super advanced. They can pretty much detect like walls, furniture, what's in your room, and pretty much they already get a hold of your headsets. But also, think about when it comes to like mobile VR headsets like Oculus Go and Gear VR, you just look up, down, left, right, behind you, and then above you or below you, and that would be it. And however, when it came to the Oculus Rift, the sensors allowed you to not just look up, down, left, right, behind you, above you, or below you, but you can move forward and backward and like zoom into one items, or it's like essentially it's like when you tilt your head in real life, or when you tilt your head forward in real life. It's like the game reads that, and except you can tilt your head forward. So if that is to be the case, you can essentially, with Oculus Quest, tilt your head forward, and the game will zoom into the item that you're tilting your head forward that you're wanting to get a closer look at. Say you want to get a closer look at this random cake sitting around here, this cake here, this mini cake that's floating around here. Wait a minute, is that a cake? You look into here, and the game's picking up on this, and you're zooming in on this cake. So that can be essentially a thing. If that is the case, then the Oculus Quest can allow us to zoom forward and zoom back. So that's something interesting here, and that wouldn't surprise me if, I mean, let's be honest here, that shouldn't even surprise you. I mean, you gotta think about the new model Oculus Touch controllers. So that is very interesting. That is interesting. And also, think about it. Because Oculus said, hey, thanks to these in-things trackers, we can do beyond room scale. We can do arena scaling. And pretty much, we got the arena scaling is yet to be figured out. I do want to go ahead and try out the arena scaling. That would be something interesting. That would be interesting. Actually, as a matter of fact, it is something interesting. So, if the Oculus Quest is correct, and it is said to be essentially a portable version of the Oculus Rift, then basically anything that we get in the Oculus Rift will be available on Oculus Quest. If you think that Oculus Quest is something interesting that came out of nowhere, there's more than one thing that's interesting and came out of nowhere. Well, Konami decided to basically get a hold of Castlevania Rondo of Blood and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and managed to basically, under the title Castlevania Requiem, Symphony of the Night, and Rondo of Blood, re-release those two games in one package on the PlayStation 4 with an October 26th release date for $20. Now, there is a pre-order discount, so if you want to pre-order and get that discount, that's great. So, we all know Konami, and they're known for Castlevania, they're known for Contra, they're known for Dance Dance Revolution, and pretty much after their latest controversies and their latest shenanigans and their latest killing off your favorite Konami franchises in either that or basically just turn them into fucking pachinko machines. And yeah, we can all agree, fuck Konami. Or in worst cases, like Metal Gear's a zombie survival spinoff. What the fuck? What in the fuck? What the fuck? What? But yeah, a lot of us are saying fuck Konami. But it is surprising to see that Konami would take Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Castlevania Rondo of Blood and re-release them in one package for $20 on October 26th. That's impressive. Now, however, Rondo of Blood hasn't been released around a lot because essentially Rondo of Blood is a PC Engine game in which consequentially the game is, well, let's just say Japan import exclusive. But, however, the game did get localized, though we have no idea if it was official or some SNES repro. I don't know. Okay. But, however, Rondo of Blood did get essentially localized. They did get brought to North America, essentially. So, okay, that kind of works here. But it is surprised that it's not a Castlevania Rondo of Blood or Symphony of the Night pachinko machine. It's more like your two of your favorite Castlevania games, Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night, just like put together in one package, re-released, everything, and it's not a fucking pachinko machine. That's nice, and that's great for Konami. And other PlayStation news, because Castlevania Requiem is released for PlayStation 4 when it comes out on the 26th of October. Yeah, it's going to be exclusively on PlayStation 4, need I remind you. But, yeah, now that we're on the topic of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation, I guess there's a couple of things that happened on Sony's side. So I guess the rest of this video is going to be about PlayStation. And yeah. But anyway, let's keep right on going. So what's going on here is that Sony is competing with Nintendo on the Classic Edition retro game market, because you know how Nintendo has the NES Classic and the SNES Classic. Well, guess what? Sony came out with a PlayStation Classic. And for this PlayStation Classic mini console, you're going to be getting 20 games included into that bloody machine. And out of the 20 games included would be Tekken 3 and Final Fantasy 7. Now, there were some more confirmed, but we do not have access to the full 20 games available as of yet. So, and also another thing to keep in mind about the PlayStation Classic is that it is releasing December 3rd with a $100 price tag. So, there we go. That's something. Now, there's two... No. There's two things. Two catches. Now, as for the controllers on the PlayStation Classic, you notice that there are no analog sticks. So, what's going on here is that I think Sony might be picking games to where analog sticks are not really mandatory. So, I think we're looking at early PS1, or I think games before, I think games like at early PS1 and basically early analog stick era thing. So basically any game where analog sticks are not really mandatory would be the choice for it. So I guess it's like we'll just have to wait and see. And a second thing is basically, remember when the Nintendo 3DS, or let's say the new Nintendo 3DS, never included an AC adapter? If you want an AC adapter for your new Nintendo 3DS, you have to essentially buy that because that AC adapter is sold separately. Well, that is the case for the PlayStation Classic. Because when you do pay $100 for that PlayStation Classic, you have no AC adapter. You have to get an AC adapter for it, because that AC adapter is sold separately. And it's like, great. Because let's think about it. Nintendo did that when it came to their new Nintendo 3DS, and now they've essentially opened Pandora's box. That's great. Now, what do I think of the PlayStation Classic now? Tekken 3, Final Fantasy 7, that would be nice. It's nice to see Wild Arbs in there. So, you know what, it's kind of like me, I'll just wait and see. And, yeah, it's kind of like me in a wait-and-see process. But really, to be honest with you here, I mean, I would like the idea of having PS1 games come out for the PlayStation 4. Because why not? Why not? Just why not? Okay, so in other PlayStation moves... PlayStation... Oh, wait a minute. Now that I say PlayStation Move... Yeah, the PlayStation Move does really get incorporated. Hey, Sega, because PlayStation VR exists, PlayStation Move is utilized in PlayStation 4. So with that said, maybe Sega... I'm just bringing that out there. Maybe you should bring... House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn to the PlayStation 4 with PlayStation Move support. Come on. Think about it, Sega. But, let's say, yeah, I just turned a blooper into something. See what I mean? See what I did there? Yeah. But no. Now, let's talk about the PlayStation 4, because there is a PlayStation 4 Pro bundle that will not only include your PlayStation 4 Pro, but will also give you a free game, that being Red Dead Redemption 2. So for the Red Dead Redemption 2 PS4 Pro bundle, someone over at Rockstar Intel, who goes by the name of Kyle Evans, became allegedly the first person to find out about it. So he happened to find this small little white text on the back of the box when that PS4 Pro bundle was revealed. And in that small white text, it is said to be that Red Dead Redemption 2 may end up requiring 105 gigabytes of hard drive space, as allegedly discovered by Kyle Evans of Rockstar Intel. So Kyle Evans took to where he worked at Rockstar Intel and basically announced his discoveries about the multiplayer. Not only that, about the file size. Well, I don't care about the multiplayer. I mean, good to hear that up to 32 players online, but that's not my concern. 105 fucking gigabytes hard drive space for your PlayStation 4. What? For your PlayStation fucking 4. 105 gigabytes hard drive space. Now, is the same thing gonna happen? Is there a PC version for Red Dead 2? There wasn't a PC version for Red Dead 1, so that wouldn't be a thing. But if I do see Red Dead Redemption 2, how would Red Dead Redemption work? But oh well, never mind. Let's keep right on going. Let's all just proceed. Let's all proceed. With that said, games are getting way too bigger, so Sony and Microsoft both, they need to start coming out with models that have more than 1 terabyte hard drive space. I think what's going to happen here is that Sony and Microsoft both need to come out with 4 terabyte models of their consoles. All right, we would like to see 4 terabyte PlayStation 4s, 4 terabyte Xbox Ones, because when we see Red Dead Redemption 2 needing like 105 gigabytes of fucking hard drive space, like holy shit. Okay, games are getting ridiculous big. I mean, if you kind of think about it, it's like the hard drive size has gotten really, really bigger to where people needed that 1 terabyte. And I'm glad that Sony implemented external hard drive support on the PlayStation 4 because, yeah, I'm glad, because that means more terabytes of storage to work with. Okay, if I plug in that damn external hard drive. All right, because right now, as of right now, we're seeing games that if you buy them physically, they end up having like 50 gigabytes of hard drive space required. And it's like, holy shit. Yeah. So it's like, so essentially like buying the game physically and then buying the game from the PlayStation Store doesn't make that damn of a difference. You still need that 50 gigabytes of hard drive space. Now, I've had demonstrated that before in previous videos, so that is something. But if we're seeing 105 gigabytes hard drive space, think about the Season Pass and all of its DLCs. Now that would be something. Think about that. And then when we go over to the PC gaming, I've seen up to like 8 terabyte hard drives. So that's good to see. That is freaking good to see. And then there's 8 terabyte external. For this new computer, I ended up making sure I had like 4 terabyte internal. Yeah. So I think with games getting bigger and bigger and bigger, I think, yeah, I mean, we got to agree. We got to really agree. We need to start seeing 4 terabyte models, and we need to start. It's like insane because the hard drive games are getting really bigger. Okay, and now on to the last news story I really want to talk about, and it is fantastic news, and it is about Sony finally giving in and pretty much supporting cross-platform multiplayer between PlayStation 4s and Xbox Ones and Nintendo Switches. So basically, Sony has not used to do that in terms of cross-platform play. It's PS4 and PC cross-play. And that is not going to be the case anymore because when it comes to cross-platform multiplayer, PS4 players will play with Xbox One players, Nintendo Switch players, and PC players simultaneously, which is great. And the starting game is Fortnite. No fucking shit. Fucking hell. Out of all the games, Fortnite, I wouldn't even be surprised. And of course, this cross-platform multiplayer is in beta stages, may I remind you now. So, if you're playing Fortnite right now, guess what? You can be playing against Xbox players and Nintendo Switch players. So, yeah, at it. Have fun. So, yes. And it's great to see Sony finally giving into it. Now, I do this has been a very huge controversial thing for Sony to not allow that. and people have been making a big deal for that, and pretty much it's really great. So let's just say I have a friend who plays on Xbox, and I can pretty much log in onto my PlayStation 4. I can log in onto my PS3, and I can play with my friend through PS4 with other people. Okay, and then yeah, I just forgot what I said. But all that I know here is that cross-platform play is now between PS4 and Xbox and Nintendo Switch alongside PC. And that is good. And that is essentially great for Sony to give into it. And everybody is celebrating that. And that is fantastic to hear. And yeah, like you have to understand. So it's like, hey, my friend, my PS4 friend, I mean, Kempton, if Kempton were to install Fortnite on the PS4 and I want to play Fortnite through my PC, or if I'm live streaming Fortnite on my PC, or basically I'm live streaming Paladins and then I can have my friend Kempton download Paladins on his PlayStation 4, I can play with Kempton on the PlayStation 4. That would be fantastic. Why am I implying that Paladins supports cross-platform multiplayer? I don't think they've done that yet. I really don't think they have done that. No, they... How do I know that? I have to prove myself that... No. Just ignore what I said about Paladins cross-platform multiplayer. It's probably not a thing. Alright, unless the guys over at High Res confirm it themselves. Unless the guys over at High Res confirm it themselves, then so far Paladins is not cross-platform multiplayer. Fortnite is cross-platform multiplayer, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that would be good. So if I were to play Fortnite, or if Kempton wants to play Fortnite with me, I want to play Fortnite at my computer, I could play for the PC version with Kempton through it, or if I bring my Switch with me and I'm at a restaurant, I can connect through the Wi-Fi and then play with Kempton on his PlayStation 4 through there with him, and that's definitely good. Yay! Like, fucking... As I conclude the news video, may I remind you that the source links are in the description of this video. In the description box of this video. So, go below this video, check that description box, and you will find your news sources there. And with that said, and that out of the way, that's right, that is all, and I will be looking forward to you in the next video. Yo, don't miss out on future shenanigans, while at the same time no up ahead anything video related. I will be appearing on these other sites. Be sure to follow. Also, support the channel over at Patreon for just $1 a month. Come on down to the description box and you will find the links.